Right, so I had to do this. I'm actually going to review this VZUG Adora SLQ and answer a question. And that question is this. Is it worth £2,000? Or shall I say, it's the most expensive domesticated washing machine, or it was, until it got replaced by its now successor. But is it really worth, once you paid sort of like import fees and stuff? I mean, even at the end of its life, it was still £2,000, which made it more expensive than any miele out there. In fact, it made it more expensive than anything, any domesticated washing machine out there. So the question is it worth it? Is it better than a miele? Right, so the first things I'm going to explain is that we've got an extra wide door. Our filter is here. That flaps down, and that actually acts so when we open this flap at the bottom here, we've got our little filter here with a runoff. This flap can be removed, and this will take up to 2 litres of water, which means that it should be able to take everything that the filter holds, as well as the hose. We've got a emergency door release under here, behind the flap, which is a blue pull, and we've got our little ratings plate here as well. Right, so we're going to switch on the machine. Yep, we've switched it on by closing the door. There's no way to switch this machine off or on. There's no on-off button. There's also no start button, which I'm going to show. Yeah. Anyway, we open the door electronically at the top with this button, and that opens the door. Now, one thing to note about this door is that this is where it's better than miele. Is you got this really cool beveled door bowl here, right? As well as like a bit here. Now this door has an insert here. This is made of chrome. That's solid chrome, just like the miele. It's no different here. We've got an actual spring-loaded release, just like the miele as well. And inside, believe it or not, it is actually possible. If you look at these, I think it is actually possible to reverse the door release on this machine. So if you want it to open from this side, you can. Up here, up the top, we've got a jet, but there's no door light. And that's the downside with this machine. Is despite its price, all mieles have a door light. In fact, most things have a door light at this price range, but the VZUG doesn't. So inside, we've got the drum here, and we've got these micro tiny holes here. None of the like patented drum designs you'd normally get, but VZUG claims that these tiny holes help better water extraction. We've also got these massive drum bat baffles here, but they are part of something which I'm going to explain. So basically the machine has a system where it will use water and put it inside these baffles to balance out the load during a spin, to make it spin more evenly. In fact, you can hear the water. When you turn the drum, the water will fall out of these baffles. The door seal's like pretty standard actually. We've got a tiny bit of mold build-up, and this door seal's ever so slightly centre off, because there's the actual centre. I'm sure it's not where I'm right. Yeah, there's a little tiny bit of mould, not too bad considering the use it's had. Now this machine was released in 2010. This was apparently bought in 2013, but I've on the drum it does say 2012. So we're going to go with the fact it's about 7-year-old. So we're going to look at the programs at the top here, and you've got a lot, so bear with me on this. Right, you can select all these are programs here that are flashing. You can select any one and walk away. So basically we have cotton 95 or 95 whites, 60 degree colours, 40 degree colours, 20 degree colours, wool, hand wash, wet clean, and then you can even select up to 5 favourite cycles, which you'll probably need when you come to use this machine. You will actually need to sort of start to set them. Anyway, we'll go over to 95 degree whites. Now just on this button alone, it has extra programs. We have a steam anti-crease feature, which will inject steam into your fabrics to give them a fresh life. We've also got proofing, which is also like what Miele's got, to put a proofing agent to stiffen up your clothes. And then we've got appliance hygiene, which will run an 80 degree wash all by itself, just a wash, just to clean out the drum. So that's just on that button alone. Right, if we go to 95 degree whites, if we come over to this button here, this is the fabric button. When we press it, we end up with, well, extra cycles. We have baby garments at 95 degrees with a pre-wash. Its max load is 5 kilo. It doesn't come up there because there's no room on the display, but it is inside the manual. But that's it on that side. I'm going to show you other things too. So this button... So this button here is the Easy Care button. And if you notice, it now says max load of 3.5 kilo. We've also got this button here. Now this is the pre-wash button. You can add a pre-wash at the start. If you change it, you can have bio wash, which will add a bleaching agent, a stain remover later on. Soap wash is to be used with water softeners. So if you live in a hard water area and using Calgon, select this button. You put the Calgon or you put the stain remover in the pre-wash section of the drawer. We have this button, which is steam anti-crease. So it will run steam at the end of the cycle. It says max load of just 2 kilo. So obviously to help reduce creases, or completely reduce creases, you only load up with a quarter load inside the machine. This is called Nighttime Economy Program. It reduces the water consumption and reduces the energy consumption by increasing the by decreasing the temperature and increasing the main wash length. I think this does 3 rinses as standard, but with Nighttime Economy it only does 2. This is going to happen a lot. Right, and this is the thing, it has an automatic start, which is quite annoying while I'm doing this, but in everyday life, you'll get used to it. Right, 60 degree colours. Now, this button here says Sport. Press it and the cycle time has dropped. Normally it's 50 minutes long, it's 53 because of the final spin speed. I'm going to show you that as well. So we have a max spin speed of 1600 RPM on this machine. It's variable. If I drop it to 1200, only on sport mode, it will drop the time. And then you got stop after rinsing, says no spin, so it's rinse, hold and combined no spin. Right, we'll go back to normal. 60 degree coloured. You've got this button up here, which is on most of these, basically all cycles nearly. On the woolens and silks, for example, you only have 2 settings. But basically on the 60 degree and the 95, I'll show you in a minute. So basically we can change the soil level, so you can have light soil, medium soil, normal soil, heavy soil, and an anti-mite, but anti-mite is only available on 60 and 95 degrees, where it will hold the temperature and add extra rinses as well as up the water level. The other thing you can do, and with soaking, now with soaking you press the time delay here, and you can adjust how long you want soaking to go on for before the start of the main wash. I'm going to turn it off, press no hours. So it presets at medium soiling with thingy with right. The other thing, you have variable temperature. So you press it and you can save energy and also save time. You kind of limited on 95, for example, will only go down to 70. Oh no, it will go down to 60. Same with 40. 40, you got 40, 30 and 20. And cold wash. And then 20, you have obviously 20 in cold wash. Wool, you have the full range, and silks, you have the full range. Go back to 60 anyway before it starts off. So we'll go to the fabric button now. Oh, if you don't select soak on an image on this and you select this is becoming the program start feature, and as you can see, it will tell you what time the cycle will start and what time it will end. So you can choose when you want to start it or when you want to end the cycle, all the way up to approximately 24 hours. Right. You've also got shirt cycle, which is available at 60, 40 and 20, which says a maximum of 7 shirts or approximately 2 kilos. Steam anti-crease is already part of the cycle, that's why you can't select it. But the cool thing is you can still select sport with it. And you're going to find this a lot. With this, not only can you select sport with the normal cycles, you can combine, say, and you can have easy care as well. Leisure wear is for like gym wear and stuff, swim clothes, etc. So you can press sport with that, and it does that. Or you can press an easy care and sport together. And you can do this on the normal cycle. So easy care is effectively both the easy care cycle and sort of like an easy iron reduce that increases feature. Like 60 degree baby garments. Max 5 kilos. So this is what it's saying. It doesn't come up because it says with pre-wash on the 95 version. Down fillings for like pillows or coats or duvets and stuff. So that's on the 60. On the 40, we have normal 40 degree colours, shirts, leisure wear, net curtains, which is a really sort of like high level water gentle cycle. Got black garments, which adds on extra rinsing, as well as increase water level slightly. Denim adjusts the intermittent spins as well, I think. I'm not too sure. It does explain it in the manual, but I haven't actually used denim and darks yet. And then you got baby garments as well. Right, 20 degree colours. You have leisure wear, net curtains, black garments, and denim. And baby garments. And downfilling. Then you got 30 degree woolens, which can actually go all the way up to 40 degrees. And you can add pre-wash for some reason. You can add easy care for some bizarre reason, which does reduce the spin on woolens. You can press the fabric button and you get silks, which also goes up to 40 degrees. It just takes 1 minute off, and I'm pretty sure the spin's reduced. Yeah, it is. And we've got 20 degree hand wash. Right, when you press fabric button, black garments come up. Now this is black garments hand wash, not black garments 20 degree wash like you do here. So this is to wash dark, delicate items. Then we got this special wet clean, 20 degrees, wet clean, slow 400 RPM spin at the end. The idea is that you don't use any detergent either And it just basically sprays water. A bit like a dry cleaning cycle, I suppose? I don't know. Then you can save favourites. Right. And that's the final thing I'm going to show you. So the final thing is this little black dot here. Now this is a proximity sensor, so when you're actually normally doing stuff, obviously in front of the sensor, if you select a program and don't select anything else, within 20 seconds it will start automatically. Likewise, if you walk away from the proximity sensor, it will start automatically after, say, about 5-10 seconds of not doing anything. This is why I have to keep on resetting it. Anyway, one thing you can do with this, once it starts, I'm going to let it start first. So we start off with the main wash. You can fast forward it at any point. You can go to rinsing. If you're in the main wash, it will drain and then move on to the rinsing stage. You can do the final fabric softener rinse, followed by the final spin. Or you can choose the final spin. Or you can just choose drain. So there we go. So loosening up, door opening if possible. This will do up to half an hour if the door release mechanism is not set, but I have this preset, so the door will release after 2 minutes instead. But I'm not going to spoil it for you. I'm going to show you it later on at the end of the program. Press the skip again and just obviously ends the program altogether and opens the door. Cool! So one other thing I forgot to mention is that this button here is not only start, but there's also a way to go into a sub-menu where you can set things like the door release mechanism, preset the spin speed. That's why it's preset at 1600 RPM. This normally comes factory set at 1200 RPM and you have to keep changing it every time. I don't want to do that. And the other cool thing is an automatic door release, which I'll show you because it's already preset. So I'm going to open the detergent drawer. One thing I don't like, and I find it a bit, it's all a bit plasticky around the edges around here. This chrome's really sort of fake. I like the insert though, because it does actually tell you which compartment is which. We've got the pre-wash, the main wash. You can pull that out, flip it down, you've got a liquid guide there. And then we've got our fabric softener here with the max indicator built into it. And we have this here, which has instructions on where to put your detergent, how to set a favourite, how to change language, and even how to open the filter at the bottom here. It's all there. Now here's one really cool thing that you can do. Yeah, you can lift that up. And it's adjustable to 3 places. So I think in this occasion we're going to select here. We're going to... Now the door's shut, so we're going to turn it on. Press 40, don't do anything, walk away. Right. So the door automatically releases. How cool is that? Right, one thing that is noticeable at the end is actually the suction of the drain. The suction of the holes is that prominent. It kind of makes tiny little things inside your clothes, but doesn't damage them in any way, shape or form. Doesn't smell too bad actually. It smells quite good. See what I mean? That's how fast. The one cool thing though is the drying performance. At 1600 RPM, these are less than 42% residual moisture, which apparently makes it better than the Grenier 2000 spin that I've also got lying around. Actually, compared to other 1600 spins, this is one of the best spinning machines there is. However, there is a downside. It's not too bad with this size of load. There's a few creases there. Because obviously I washed a slightly smaller than full load there. They haven't creased too bad, but if you wash an actual full load, it creases a lot. A heck of a lot. And if you put towels in, they seem to come out even more crease. Washing performance wise, it's... I don't know, I kind of rate the miele as a bit better. Rinsing's quite surprising actually. It does use quite a fair bit of water on the 40-degree cycle there. Right, so is it worth what I said it was? Is it actually worth its money? Well, as an alternative to miele, it's not quite as good as a miele. It's not really the alternative to miele, that's for sure. I also don't like the fact that it buzzes a lot for some reason. Don't know if it's just mine, but if it is just mine, that's weird because obviously at the end of the day this is supposed to be a quality product. And the downsides are that you only get 2 years warranty. Miele will normally give you at least 5 on their top of the range machine, like this one right here. This one actually came with 10. It only gets 2 years warranty. As you also saw there, on some intermediate spins, it just can't balance it. Sometimes it gives up altogether, sometimes it just spins it slower like it did there. That being said, it hasn't failed a final spin yet. It seems to always perform the final spin, no matter how unbalanced it is. So it doesn't rattle. There's no rattles, there's no shakes or anything. It's quite good in that sense. But the fact that it buzzes when it's filling up with water is quite annoying. A little bit disconcerting. The one upside though is this automatic door release. Now that's pretty cool in several senses. Number one, miele don't do that despite having the automatic. They could do it with their door release, but they haven't. And number two, it's quite good because obviously once your washing is finished, you don't want it sat there for too long, otherwise it will start generating smells and eventually even creating mould. So having that door open at the end of the cycle means that air's going straight in and keeping the drum aired even though there's wet washing inside. I like that, that's quite cool. And it sounds like a gun when it goes off every single time. It will always shock you every time it opens. Makes you jump. I don't like this control thing. I know it's quite cool that it goes up and down, but it feels cheap. Same with the outer plastic around the detergent drawer. Even the drawer itself, it just feels a bit cheap. Like, it could have been better. And that's the thing with it. Even the pump is a cheap as skull one, which is great because if it breaks, it's really easy and really cheap to replace. £5. I've got brand new ones for £5.60 that will fit that for the pumps. It's got sensors everywhere. That's the other thing I forgot to mention about this. This has got circuit boards everywhere. It's got its main circuit board. It's got two circuit boards at the top. It's got a circuit board just for the pump, recirculation pump. There's another circuit board by the control valve. It's only got one valve in, obviously, and it's actually only got one valve to fill up through the water. So it actually still uses a diverter like a miele does. It's got, I think, 5 or 6 boards or circuit boards that I could see. It has no suspension springs at the top. It relies on 4 dampers at the bottom. There is no springs, and that is the first machine I've seen with no springs. There is an iron weight at the front, but other than that, actually, weirdly, the machine is extremely light. I forgot to mention that. It actually only weighs around 71 kilo. Yeah, that's quite light compared to a miele. In fact, that's quite light compared to a lot of brands. In fact, the only thing lighter is an Indesit. They're rubbish. So where am I going to rate this out of 10? Do I think it's worth the $2,500? No. Miele is still better in terms of quality. However, in terms of reliability, I'm not really sure. Because the thing is, as far as I'm aware, none of these have ever broken down. Ever. But because we sell so few in this country, no one's there to actually say whether they break down or not. I think certainly you could use this every single day for 20 years and it could actually be flawless. It's got bearings in the back of the drum. It's got a plastic outer tub though, while Miele's has still got stainless steel. But the drum bearings, they're used on Volvo trucks apparently. They are huge on the back, so they should last a really long time. Those baffles are great for washing, really great for washing, as well as obviously acting like the balancing thing. But that balancing thing can be quite annoying, quite long-winded, and add a lot of time to the cycle. You see how much I'm wafting on here? There's so much to discuss about the machine that I don't really know what conclusion to come to. It gets 8 out of 10 from me, unfortunately. Just things like this make it feel a lot cheaper than the miele. The fact there's no drum light is quite annoying, and the fact that if the pumps are actually quite loud, even though if they are cheaper skull ones. It's like they could have gone to extreme lengths to make this extremely good, but they chose not to. If it ever breaks down, I will tell you, and I'll also tell you how much it costs to repair. The one upside that I do like about this is this cabinet. It's extremely like 90-degree edge. There's no curve on it. Every other machine I seem to get in, every other brand seems to have a curve. This doesn't. This is extremely sharp cornered. And I like the fact that this whole, the fascia, the control panel, the turn drawer is all sort of encased in this sort of like designer bit. I don't know. I actually love the machine. But I love the machine because it ain't perfect. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Click like, comment, say if you like the machine or not. I do, even if it's not quite as good as the miele. See ya.